everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WC Reader, and welcome welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another book unhaul. So I like to unhaul every few months. I usually say about once a season, and we are getting close to spring. I've gotten some new books in recently, like yesterday I got like 5 new books in. So I'm just like, it's time for another unhaul. I was like perusing my shelf the other day looking for books for a recommendation video, and I saw some books that I had not thought about in like a few years. And to be honest, when I read them, they were just okay. They weren't anything amazing. And I was just like, you know, I can take these off the shelf and get rid of them and make more room for the things that I actually love and enjoy, because there's always new books coming out. I'm in a constant state of playing catch up on my TBR. And some of the books, like, yeah, they were the thing back then. They were the more visible books in the genres that I liked then. But I have a lot more options now and books that have become a favorite. Plus, as I always say, I just don't have the room. I don't have the space to have shelves upon shelves of books. I have one big bookshelf, and then I have another shelf in a different room that I use for books. And I have a box underneath my bed. I have a box in a different room with books. Like, I store books on my computer desk shelf. I just don't have a lot of space to keep books that I'm not really going to ever pick up again. And you know, books have a cycle. There are a lot of books that cycle out of print, especially more recently, which is a whole nother conversation. There's a lot of books cycling faster out of print. And I'm just like, do I really need a copy of this? Is it one that I'm going to be thinking of years down the line? And when I get a book and I ask myself that question, I'm just like, and I'm like, no, that's a good sign to get rid of it. I like to give to family, friends. I like to give to the little free library, give some actual good selections, because sometimes when I go to the little free library, the selection is a struggle bus. So here's just some books that I'm giving away. I have quite a few. Now that we're no longer buried under snow, I think I'm going to take a nice little walk up to the little free library and drop some stuff off. Probably not today, because it is kind of dreary and cold, and it's one of those I don't feel like leaving my house types of days. But definitely tomorrow I'm going to take myself a little walk and offload some of these. Now, I can't even remember what books were in my last unhaul video, and I was taking them to work and the free library in spurts. So if there was anything in here that's a repeat, I am sorry, but let's check out what I got. This is I'm Not Supposed to Be in the Dark by Rhys M. Nielsen. I feel like this was a year when we had a lot of titles that I couldn't really remember the names of because they were just long for no reason. That was like a trend. Beautiful cover, but also the cover was stolen. Like, basically, this is a real girl's face. She did not get paid for it. And when she called it out, the book community was really nasty to her. Like, yeah, she didn't call it out with the nicest approach, but I wouldn't either, because if I saw a bunch of people posting my face that I did not sign over the rights for, like, on a book cover where it's making money, I would be upset, and I would be tagging the author as well and wondering, like, what's going on here. And then, like, the author wasn't nice to her about it either. She's just like basically trying to tell her, well, no, it couldn't be you because I saw a sketch and that could be any old light-skinned girl. And that pretty much soured me in that situation. I was really disappointed with the book community, expecting people to know exactly how they should handle their face being stolen for a book cover, and like, oh, well, she's barking up the wrong tree, she needs to go to the publisher, blah blah blah. Yeah, but somebody outside of the book community really wouldn't know the first steps to take. And like, the author was quite rude to her with her response. And like, at the end of the day, she had something stolen from her. Like, so like that just like put a sour taste in my mouth surrounding this entire book, which already, it was an okay book. It wasn't a great book. It wasn't very memorable, to be honest. I can't remember too much of what happened. It wasn't my favorite romance, so I think I can just get rid of this one. Stacey Lee, Heiress of Nowhere. This is another new book. I'm not even sure if it came out yet, but again, I didn't ask for this. It was sent to me by Simon & Schuster unsolicited. It's not anything I really have interest in. I'm quite picky with my YA fantasy, and I prioritize Black books over here. Like, just being honest, I do read books from authors of other races, and I do like to have a diverse TBR, but if you look at my books that I read every single month, 90% of them are by Black authors throughout the year. And that's fine because Black authors have such a wide array of stories. You have Black authors from multiple different countries that I'm reading, so I don't ever feel like I'm in a rut when it comes to them. Love Makes Mochi by Stephanie Valentine. So like, cover is super cute, super cute. It's not super long of a romance. It's less than 300 pages. I might end up passing this along to my niece because it might be something she is intrigued by. But like, YA romance is kind of hit and miss for me, and this wasn't just like gathering my attention. Frenemy Fix Up by Yara St. John. I read it. It took me a long time to read it, but I finally read it, and it was okay. It wasn't anything that I need to keep on my shelf to reread. So I'm okay with just unhauling it. Maybe somebody who doesn't normally read Black romance can find it and enjoy. This is Stranded. It is by Nikki Shannon Smith. I don't even know what I want to do with this one because I want to unhaul it, but some of the stuff in it, just, I don't also want kids to read it just because of the actions that the main character took, the stupidity of her parents, the stupidity of her aunt. Really reckless and irresponsible. You know when there's some books like you read it and didn't like it, but you also don't want other people to pick up? That feels like this for me. Like, there was just a lot that was not it. So I do want to unhaul it. I just don't know where I'm going to, like, what I'm going to do with it. A Novel Christmas by Charity Shanae. So this was actually a Christmas gift 2 years ago that I had asked my family for, and I hate unhauling a gift specifically, but like, this wasn't like great. Some of the word choices were a little off. The romance didn't fully do its thing for me. I feel like she tried to bring depth, but it wasn't as deep as it needed to be. It wasn't cozy enough for Christmas. Didn't give me like those holiday vibes enough for me. So yeah, I'm gonna unhaul it. I probably should have unhauled it around the holiday season, but it is what it is. You know, maybe somebody can pick it up now and save it for Christmas in July. Spiral by Bal Cabra. Dislike this book so much. Go back to my January wrap up so you can hear my thoughts on it. Like, this wasn't it at all whatsoever, and I'm disappointed because I remember some people saying this one was great. This didn't do it for me at all. So I'm not even holding on to it. Like, sometimes I'll hold on to these books I didn't enjoy and then save them for my worst books of the year, and I feel like this is definitely a contender for worst read of the year, but I'm gonna just get rid of it. I'm not gonna hold on to it for the year. For All Time by Shanna Miles. I read this, it feels like forever ago. Like, time has really like flown by the past couple of years, and it was okay. But thinking back, I don't really remember a whole lot about it. And since it wasn't a romance that really stood out to me, and it is a little thick. Like, it's a hardcover, it's taking up room. I feel like I can put this out there and some teen who is interested in romance can pick it up and discover it. The Dating Prohibition by Taj McCoy. This one was one that upset me. I wanted it to be so good and then it wasn't. I feel like she could do a lot better. Like, you know, when you leave the book feeling like the main character can do so much better, it's a problem. So I'm just gonna put this one in the little free library. Deadly Ever After by Brittany Johnson. I'm finding that I don't love these fairy tale retellings in YA. I haven't read a ton of them, but the ones that I have read, I just really have not enjoyed. On one hand, they try to go up to like YA standards, and they sit in this awkward place where they feel a little bit too juvenile, like a children's book, like, or a movie, or a children's movie, but at the same time there's like some little things here and there that make them not so children book like, and it's a weird vibe. It didn't fully work. I understand what she was trying to do completely. I just found the whole like competition trial aspect of it to be quite boring and very like easy and cookie cutter. It didn't feel like the stakes were giving what they needed to give. I never felt that sense of urgency here, and like it didn't work out for me, unfortunately. I wanted it to, and it didn't. I didn't find the romance to be anything super spectacular. I would definitely check out her next book. I do like the author's vibe. It's funny because, so when she was promoting this initially, I remembered that I used to see her pictures a lot online because she was Princess Tiana at Disney World, one of them. So I used to see her pictures posted all the time around like 2019, 2020, 2021. And so I had seen her and I'm like, she looks so familiar. Who, like, where have I seen her before? And then I was scrolling and then I found like her photo, and then I'm like, oh, it clicks. Because the pinup doll used to post like her a lot, and then I think Disney like made some changes where they made people wipe their social media because, you know, they don't want people to break the illusion of the characters. So like I thought that was just like pretty cool, and that made me want to pick it up more. But yeah, I do love the author's vibe though. She's making some really cool content on Instagram right now, and I would definitely check out her next one. So that's everything that I plan on giving away right now. Have you read any of these? And are you planning to do an unhaul soon? Like I said, it's just a good thing to give away books. I feel like we just don't give away books enough because we are kind of a hoarding community here where everybody's like, I need these large bookshelves with like everything on it, all the popular books, all the books with this like with the pages facing out if they have the special edges. And I'm one of those creators who doesn't have a big library, which is like weird because there's not a lot of creators, sometimes it feels like, who don't have that big library. But I think it's healthy just to be able to get rid of stuff, especially like in the next few years I want to be able to move, and when I move I'm definitely not trying to carry everything. So if you like this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!